How did you like that?
Loved it. I want to ride that horse again sometime. Ooh, yeah.
Steve Rambo's Wild West adventure is not your typical Catalina flick. Instead, it's basically a vlog.
Hi, I'm Steve Rambo.
That's right, Steve Rambo is the original vlogger.
I remember it like it was yesterday. The crew and I piled into a big brand new RV and hit the road.
And this film documents Steve's adventure around the West and his quest of systematically getting into the pants of every Catalina man he lays his eyes on.
Man, is he hot. I'd love to get my lips around that.
The first vlog takes us to America's butt crack, the Grand Canyon.
Our first stop on the trip was the Grand Canyon. We set up camp, then everyone took off to explore the sights.
And opens up with a blatant lie from Steve.
I'm here with the crew at the Grand Canyon shooting hostage in the Grand Canyon. I have a small non-sexual role in it.
Small, non-sexual role, you say? Well, I've got a DVD right here that disagrees with you. In Hostage at the Grand Canyon, Steve has a little conversation with Eddie Moreno. And believe me, it goes some deep places.
Sure is getting hot out there. Oh, I don't know. I think the temperature just went up in here a few degrees when you walked in the door.
And since Steve apparently didn't get to smash anyone at the Grand Canyon, evidence be damned, he sets out on a mission.
There's this one model called Wade.
And drink your fucking beer!
Man, is he hot. I'd love to get my lips around that.
So he sneaks into the caravan from Hostage at the Grand Canyon to take the hostage taker hostage.
He was in the RV taking a shower. I crept in the trailer, ripped that towel off his waist, and went to town.
Mission accomplished. Good work.
Maybe that's where the beer came from. Looking to spice up his vlog, if that's even possible, Steve takes us to a lake, where you're more likely to drown from shirtless men than water. If you're a Catalina connoisseur, you might recognize this as the set for Sweltering Lake, a film I haven't reviewed yet. But my sources tell me it's good.
Yeah, good. As someone who likes water, it's just great. Big thumbs up. 2 thumbs up from me.
Before production began, the cast and crew had some time to kick back and relax.
This vlog is 90% man-ass, and that's a good thing.
What?
The other 10% are a commercial for Sweltering Lake, now available on DVD.
That scene from Sweltering Lake went so smoothly. That guy Boyd really knew how to give it to my old buddy Ray.
But Steve, once again, feels like he's missing out on the action.
When Ray and the crew decided to go ashore to get some supplies, Boyd decided to stay on the houseboat to get some sun. Well, you know I couldn't let him stay there all alone by himself. The crew had a few more days to shoot at the lake, so I asked Josh if I could hang in San Francisco for a while until they were through. Then they could pick me up on their way to Las Vegas.
So, what is there to do in San Francisco? Well, Steve sleeps over at a place and watches the house owner fuck.
It wasn't even 9 a.m. yet, and they were going at it like monkeys.
And for once, Steve doesn't join in on the fun. My God.
The only reason I refrained from joining in was the fact that the Catalina crew was picking me up that afternoon and we were driving down to Las Vegas for filming. Las Vegas was just amazing. I hadn't been there in years and it really took me by surprise how much it had grown.
Las Vegas is known primarily for its gambling, shopping, fine dining, and nightlife. So naturally, Steve goes to look at a fountain. And he stands there, watching the water show for what feels like 5 minutes. I guess Catalina needed to appease the water sports crowd with this video, and Steve was happy to comply.
What a sight.
If I see more water, I'm gonna piss myself.
Heading back to my hotel room, I noticed this guy was cruising me. I had another day before filming, so I figured, what the hell, I'll take them back to my room.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how you seduce a man.
Oh, you've got a really great suite. Thank you. You're a very hot-looking man.
So the final leg of our trip brought us to Palm Springs.
Alright, I'm pissing myself. In Palm Springs, Steve spent his time riding horses, but his camera unfortunately ran out of batteries, so we can't show it. But it seems he had a great time.
So how did you like that?
Loved it. I want to ride that horse again sometime. Ooh, yeah.
Wow.
It's been a few weeks since I got back from that road trip, and believe me, my bags are packed and ready to go for the next one. I'll keep you informed on when and where that'll be.
And that is the end of the vlogging for now. And while this Wild West adventure is over, Steve's productivity has no end. You see, when he's not a hip vlogger, Steve is also a toy maker.
Yeah, so all we have to do is make a mold of my dick, ass, and mouth.
And he specializes in toys for big boys.
Yeah, it was the funniest thing. I was just breaking up with my boyfriend. We were having this huge fight, and after he called me every name in the book, he told me to go fuck myself. Go fuck yourself!
Well, thank God for that flashback. Yeah, so this film, or should I say commercial, tells us about Steve Rambo toys.
It's a Steve Rambo butt.
And it showcases various men, both single and not so single, enjoying themselves with the help of Steve, now available to purchase online.
Well, my daddy taught me a few things too, like how not to rip the skin by using someone else's mouth instead of your own hands.
You can still buy these online, trust me, I've checked. If you buy one, let me know. This one guy just puts on a different Catalina film, Mountain Jock, and starts mountain jacking it. Then his boyfriend walks in.
I am so sick and tired of coming home and finding you in a Steve Rambo frenzy.
What are you talking about? You knew I was obsessed with him before we met. You said I could keep my fantasies.
Well, I guess you can.
Well, maybe if you get a haircut, he'd fantasize about you too, man. Come on. That was Toys for Big Boys, and hey, at least it's better than Catwoman.
What are you talking about?
Speaking of Catwoman, have you heard about Catmen? Because Catmen do. This is a weird one. It's a recruitment video, a romantic weekend, and highlights from a stage show. Those boys sure have fun. We also get to see some behind-the-scenes stuff.
Test. Okay, audio sounds good. Alright, camera one, come off bars. Alright, that looks good. Alright, is everyone in position and knows what they're doing? Okay, alright, let's roll tape. Roll in and action.
That's how the sausage is made. And is this a cameo from Josh Elliott?
A lot of playing around, dunking each other, doing somersaults, playing around the pool.
But most importantly, this guy named Rusty walks towards a shed among windmills for 2 minutes. I guess a catman's gotta do what a catman's gotta do. Then he's brutally murdered by Mr. Beanie. And last but not least, it gives us a video tutorial on how to order yourself a Catalina movie. All for yourself, so that you and your boys can hang out and watch some men have fun. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some VHS tapes to order.